Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
And KELY News, sponsored by Sahara Motors. The Kawasaki KX450 built out of the box with everything you need to dominate the track. Check it out today at Sahara Motors and let the good times roll. Had another record high yesterday in more ways than one. We had a record high for the month of March. 76 was the highest it got in March of 2004, and that was the record for that month. Well, yesterday we got up to 80 degrees. It shattered the 2007 record of 71 degrees. It's going to be even warmer today. We're going to get up to, or we should get up to 81 degrees. At least that is the forecast high. So we'll see where we go from there. Public notice confirms there will be no contested races for several seats on the Ely City Council. Ely City Clerk Jennifer Lee said only one candidate filed for each of the three council positions open. As a result, Janet Walker, Michelle Yeoman, Jerry Lynn Williams Harper have all been declared elected to four-year terms representing seats 1, 3, and 5. No elections will be held for those positions. Sheriff's Office blotter for March 17th, that was Tuesday. Reckless driver in the city. Vehicle left the area before officers got there. Juvenile incident at a school and a separate student fight investigated with the fight case forwarded to juvenile probation. Other cases, deputies looked into a reported court order violation but found the order had expired. A vandalism case involving a vehicle was documented. Authorities also responded to a domestic disturbance involving a family member and a child in the home. That case referred to Child and Family Services. A quiet week in high school sports. Golf team in Elko for a tournament today. Track team heading to Spring Creek to take on Wells tomorrow. JV baseball and softball in Yerington for a tournament there Friday and Saturday. Looking south, a major shakeup coming to Southern Nevada high school football. The Nevada Interscholastic Activities Association says dozens of Clark County School District schools will move to independent status for the next two seasons, making them ineligible for state championships in 4A and 5A. Now, that decision comes as district programs take a stand against powerhouse Bishop Gorman High School, which has dominated the state, winning 16 of the last 17 football championships. District teams will still play each other, but they won't face Gorman, citing concerns over competitive balance and differing rules between public and private schools. Officials call the move unprecedented, 30 schools aligning on the decision. Meetings next week expected to determine scheduling and the future structure of competition. And Nevada's lieutenant governor facing an ethics violation. Nevada Commission on Ethics determined Stavros Anthony violated state law by using official email and social media accounts to promote a task force focused on transgender athletes in women's sports. Commissioners voted 3-2 to impose a $3,000 civil penalty, along with mandatory ethics training and a requirement to create a formal social media policy. A separate complaint involving staff use was dismissed. Complaint filed by Nevadans for Equal Rights Committee and stems from actions dating back to 2025. In a related case, Commission also found the Lieutenant Governor's Chief of Staff committed a non-willful ethics violation, resolving that matter with an agreement that included additional training. Lieutenant Governor's office has not yet responded to the ruling. Elko County Sheriff's Office warning residents about a phone scam making the rounds. Pay attention, because it's probably coming to White Pine County. Authorities say scammers are calling people imposing as law enforcement, claiming victims have missed court, jury duty, or have an active warrant. In some cases, the calls even appear to have come from the sheriff's office due to spoofed caller ID. Officials say the scammers can be convincing, sometimes playing police radio sounds in the background, and may demand payment, often in cash or Bitcoin, to clear a warrant. Sheriff's Office stresses it'll never call and ask for money over the phone. Any legitimate warrants must be handled in person through the courts or at the office. If you receive one of these calls, hang up immediately. Contact the Sheriff's Office directly to verify. Nevada mourning the loss of a political trailblazer. Sue Wagner, the state's first female lieutenant governor, has died at the age of 86. Governor Lombardo has ordered U.S. and Nevada flags to be flown at half staff. Sue Wagner broke barriers for women in public service, serving in the Nevada legislature before becoming lieutenant governor and later joining the Nevada Gaming Commission. In a statement, the governor called Wagner a trailblazer and dedicated public servant, praising her decades of service and lasting impact on the state. Wagner's legacy helped shape Nevada politics and open doors for future generations. She's being remembered across the Silver State for her leadership and historic contributions. New study from the Public Policy Institute of California is shedding light on migration trends between California and Nevada. Researchers found between 2020 and 2024, about 40% of Californians moving to Nevada were registered Republicans. That compared to 25% registered as Democrats. Republican Assembly candidate Katrina Ivanov says the numbers reflect frustration with taxation and policies in California, that along with Nevada's political climate, including leadership under Governor Lombardo. Local real estate experts say politics isn't the only factor. Las Vegas realtor Lance Sherman says affordability and lifestyle continue to drive the move, with many buyers coming from California's higher-priced markets. Study also found people moving into California during that same period leaned heavily Democrat, about 54%. Gas prices pushing upward this morning. The Silver Sage, the lowest for cash at $3.63 per gallon for regular 85. Most other stations in town are at $3.65. Golden Gate up to $3.79. The Chevron on East Altman up to $3.95. Diesel on the east side of Ely, the cheapest at $4.99 at Golden Gate. Chevron and Shell on East Altman with Love's and the Shell downtown at $5.48. Great Basin Shell at $5.47. Sinclair at $5.28. Silver Sage climbed to $5.52. White Pine County drivers paying well below the national, state, and Las Vegas figures on regular, about 23 cents cheaper than the U.S. average, nearly $1 cheaper than Las Vegas or the Nevada average. Diesel is also competitive or lower, especially at the stations on the east side of Ely at $4.99. At 8:20 for Sahara Motors, that's a look at news from White Pine County and the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.